I'm from a time and place where there's no time or space, far beyond the heavens, way beyond the realms of outer space, where birds cannot fly and planes cannot go. The blissful land of Dharmasetra, the infinite abode of the soul. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. Samadhi, Samadhi, Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi. Stay free, transcending this world of limited sight, reuniting my masculine and feminine sides. As I follow my breath, my energies rise until I reach that sight of infinite light. Katushta Chaitanya, consider it Christ. My home is bliss and infinite light. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. Samadhi, Samadhi, Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi. Stay free. Through my life and times, I write these rhymes, but very soon I might decline and choose to reunite with the light inside. It's alright to cry, but wipe your eyes. My life's eternal, my life's divine. I just came to remind you of the light inside. I'll be back. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth. Samadhi, Samadhi, Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi, 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 Satnam, Samadhi. Stay free. I send you love. I send you vibrations of peace.
Hello, you beautiful beings of light. I'm here with you today in present. This video is timeless, so whenever it is that you watch it, I am transmitting high frequencies of Leo season, high solar frequencies. That's why I'm underneath the bright sun today. And this is going to be another video in the series, These Are the Times. So welcome. If you haven't checked out the other episodes yet, I recommend that you do. Today's episode is going to be centered around the question and the theme, are we alone? Are we alone? Are we alone in this? Are we alone in this mystery called life? Are we alone in this present moment? Are we alone when we go to sleep? When we go out into the busy world, into the busy matrix, perhaps? Are we alone? And what I've been aiming to bring together in thought and word about this video is that the simple answer is no. And I think as soon as I asked the question, are we alone? You knew in your heart that the answer was so simple. No. No, we're not alone. We have resources. We have allies. We have so much available to us to tap into so that the day-to-day moments of doubt, perhaps, the moments where maybe the fear starts creeping up because things are challenging, these resources will show up, these allies will arrive, they will speak to you, sometimes in word, sometimes in frequency, sometimes in feeling, in a warmth of your body or your heart space, sometimes in the form of other people, other messengers, other guides, strangers. Strangers might come up to you and say the right thing at the right time, and something clicks, and you remember you are not alone in this journey. I am not alone. We are not alone. And as a kid, I had an affinity for all things extraterrestrial. I was a big fan of X-Files. I was a fan of books about aliens, series about aliens, movies about aliens, and I didn't understand why that pull was so strong, why it felt so natural to go into those themes and those stories and those dimensions. And I've come full circle. I've come full circle into my knowing, into my deep understanding and awareness that what feels like home is home. What feels familiar is familiar and familial even. Why do extraterrestrials feel sometimes more home to me than certain people that have been in my life? And what I want to transmit through this video is a sense of permission. The permission isn't coming from me. The permission is coming from your own sovereignty, from your own knowing that we are not alone. We have so many star beings and star nations that have always been here, They've always been a part of the story of Terra, of Earth, of Gaia, of Pachamama, of this planet, of this reality. And why, if it's so familiar and familial to us as humans, as humanity, why did we get so disconnected from it all? Why did we become convinced that these were just stories, that these were just tall tales? Abductions or sightings or UFO sightings or dreaming about creatures that didn't look like us, but that felt in some sense close to us. Well, the simple answer for that is in this density, in this third dimension, they decided a long time ago, collectively, that what we couldn't see, what we couldn't perceive, wasn't real, wasn't important, didn't affect us. And so we turned much more logical, in a sense, lackluster, lacking that connection to our imagination, to all of our sensory gifts. Therefore, we could be better, more productive citizens, worker bees, ants falling in line. I remember feeling when I was a child that the infinite universe was present in my 3D reality. The feelings, the thoughts, the connection I felt to the moon or the night sky or the planets, the known planets in our solar system that we all learn about in school, my connection was so strong. My curiosity was beyond what most people allow themselves. If you look at children, there's worlds upon worlds upon worlds and universes upon universes that children have access to, that children perceive. These realms, they're real. They're real if you allow yourself to remember. If you allow yourself to receive information or contact or connection to them. When I kind of abruptly decided to change the name of my blog, my business, this YouTube channel, to Queen of the Stars, it felt so natural. It was an instantaneous switch in my frequency. I was already vibrating as Queen of the Stars, and I just had to admit it. I just had to not hide anymore and not be something or someone that would feel more comfortable in this world, in society, and perhaps even in my circles my community, my family, friend circles. In a sense, it was a coming out, and it was a stepping into my power. All of us have within us these different connections and these different remembrances and these different knowings based on where our soul has come from. Where did our soul originate? People talk about past lives. I talk about past lives or parallel lives. And, that's a concept that some people can get on board with. Sure, I can remember my connection to Egypt, so I was a human in another lifetime, an Egyptian priestess, working and living and vibrating in that space and time. And it's not so scary to say it. And it's not so scary to hear it, I believe, for many people. But once you start talking about origins outside of human lifetimes, then everybody's like, hold up, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you were a lion? What do you mean you had blue skin?
Showtime.
What do you mean you were a water being and you swam in oceans upon oceans on a planet that's mostly water, if not all water? People start getting uncomfortable. People start dismissing it right away. But why? Why do we dismiss the unknown? Why do we allow things to make us uncomfortable simply because it's a little bit beyond our reality in this moment? And I remember that a few years ago when I started finding other people who were talking about these topics, who were already deep in their remembrance of their past and parallel lifetimes as other beings from the stars, as other star nations, I felt validated, and I felt like something was about to change in a big way. Something in me was about to come to the surface. And what I'm inviting you to do with this video, this information, is to just open your heart a little bit wider, than it was a few minutes ago. And don't allow anything I say to come in unless you're ready. Unless you're ready and open and willing to allow this information in. Because everything comes to us in perfect timing. Allow this information to come through to you with love. This isn't meant to scare you. This isn't meant to, challenge what you believe. We're all going to believe in certain truths. But divine timing is always at play. And when you're open to go a little bit deeper, when you're open to find out more things, more information, more truths, it starts showing up in your life, perhaps with something like this video. Spirituality is really cool right now. Spirituality is very, it's trying to become mainstream, which has its positives and its negatives, but people can get down with incense and sage and crystals and things of this nature. But you start talking about extraterrestrial beings, and people immediately close themselves off because they don't want to believe beyond what feels comfortable. They don't want to remember perhaps triggering memories, painful memories from past or parallel lives as other star beings in other galaxies and other star systems. I'm here to just slowly walk you home. If you're ready, keep watching. If you're not ready, come back another time. This channel's still going to be called Queen of the Stars. And this being a massive, massive year of awakening, the year of 2020, we are headed to places we never thought were possible on this planet. We are headed to a reality that we perhaps had dreamed and conspired and planned for, but we weren't sure that it was going to happen in this lifetime, in our planet Earth, planet Gaia. Are we alone? How do you feel when you sit under the night sky and you see twinkling lights blanketing the sky above you? How do you feel? Do you feel alone? Or do you feel expansive? Do you feel like if you close your eyes, you could drift? You could drift and imagine what was taking place in some of these stars and planets. Perhaps if you set the intention, you could connect to just one star in the night sky. My neighbors are actually burning part of their land right now, so if you're hearing that crackly fire, don't be alarmed. That's what it is. This is a very important time for them to work the land, offer things to the land, burn away the old. And I think it's going to help us. We can connect with that fire energy. Sorry for the noise though. Tonight, on a night where you will just practice the art of expanding through your imagination. Perhaps you sit under the night sky, set an intention, and you ask to connect with one of your star nations, one of your star origins, because we don't necessarily only have one. I can say I think I have about a dozen or so. And that's just a feeling, and that's just how I've connected over time with Syrian energy from the planets Sirius. I've connected with Orion, I've connected with Andromeda. Andromeda is actually an entire galaxy, so that Andromedan energy has recently showed up and is very, very present in my field. Andromedans are amazing healers, amazing intuitive beings. Arcturian energy from Arcturus. Arcturians are also healers, very into technology, want to create solutions in this Aquarian age where, you know, we have the ability to mix both technology and the natural world, the natural wisdom from the elements, from the earth, from civilizations long past, from our ancestry, from, you know, these wise civilizations that walk the earth. And we also have the ability to project ourselves into these amazing technological timelines where we communicate in such a way that perhaps at some point, instead of filming a video, I can do some type of streaming, but holographic, you know? Like I could appear in your living room, I could appear in your kitchen, wherever, your living room, bedroom, where you'd be watching this video. I'm going to share a little bit about what I know about why this star, this Queen of the Stars, came about, and why this connection to the stars and the star beings, our allies, our family in the sky, why that started really landing, really coming into my field, really asking me to remember and recognize it and step into it and not be afraid. Not be afraid of how I would be perceived, and not be afraid of, well, what does that mean? If I believe that I've had lifetime after lifetime in these other planets, these other dimensions, what does that mean for my human life? What does that mean for me as Ariana? And how can I find the balance? How can I create a life here full of meaning, living out my purpose, if I feel so tied to something far, far away? You know, as Star Wars said, a galaxy far, far away. And what I've learned and what I've really accepted for this incarnation is that I'm here to create conversation and to connect the earth medicine, the earth magic, the earth wisdom with the wisdom and the magic of the stars, of the skies. And what that's gonna look like, you know, it's a work in progress. I'm stepping into it. I have this condor feather here. Condor is a bird of Peru. It's of the earth. It's of the earth. You could see it with your eyes. You could touch this feather. It's tangible. It's here. And yet, what the condor represents for the Incan civilization and the descendants that are still passing on this wisdom, the condor is the animal that flies to the cosmos, to the gods of the sky, takes your prayers, communicates. He's a messenger, brings back the information from the gods for you, brings back your answers, brings back your remembrance. If you connect with any of these birds, these high frequency creatures of the sky, whether it be the eagle, the hummingbird, the vulture, the condor, the owl, you can start opening yourself to the wisdom of the stars. The wisdom that is just beyond what you can see. The knowledge that you've already known in your other lifetimes. And you can channel it and bring it down into this lifetime. So, as I've been working with the condor energy, as I've been working with the smoke of tobacco, which they call mapacho here, or the fire, the smoke of the fire that's burning behind me in my neighbor's yard. All of these share a parallel in that they travel upwards. They travel to the heavens. And they carry things to and from the heavens. So I invite you to pray or meditate or spend some intentional silence and tap into bird frequencies or the frequencies of your burning incense, your mapacho, your little fire. See how far you can go. See how high you can reach. And I don't just mean the physical high. Dimensionally, how high does your soul want to take you? Because humanity is rising in consciousness, and this planet is rising in consciousness. Our galaxy is rising, ascending, shifting into something new. Humanity, while Earth right now in 2020 in August feels very chaotic for some, or unsure, or it's feeling weird, it's feeling unstable, it's feeling uncomfortable. People are dying. People are turning against each other. People are revealing themselves for who they truly are. We're seeing things as we've possibly never seen them before. It is all in the divine plan of connecting us to everything that we are. To everything that we are. To the oneness that connects me to you, that connects me to every brother and sister in my family, in my soul family, in my star family, beyond Earth, even. I can go deeper, and I think I will end this video with an oracle
I'm
card.
from a time and place where there's no time or space, far beyond the heavens, way beyond the realms of outer space, where birds cannot fly and planes cannot go, the blissful land of Dharmasetra.
The Divine Mother wishes that those who are meant to feed others be well fed too. Your devotion to helping others has the effect of squeezing the cosmic heart chakra of the Divine Mother, and from her heart drips nectar, sweet, sustaining, life-affirming energy that feeds you and allows you to nourish many souls, like a sacred chalice that overflows when you are full, well, and vital. The feeding of others happens effortlessly. You are guided to be fed now, fed with divine nectar from the heart of the Mother. The message that I'm receiving from this card is that in order to open yourself up truly to a knowing and to a remembrance far beyond what you see and know and believe in the 3D and in the physical, you need to be very, very well taken care of. You need to be strong. You need to be loved up by yourself. Mind, body, and spirit need to be balanced. And when you're at full charge, or when your cup is full of the divine nectar, then that is when you can both give to others and give to yourself on that next level. It's like graduating from your humanity. And it doesn't mean that you're no longer human. It means that your perspective is now more expansive, and therefore you can perceive multiple realities, multiple lifetimes simultaneously. And you can tap into memories, gifts, knowing, your your missions from other lifetimes, your mastery from other lifetimes can be incorporated here and now. So you graduate from the simplest expression of your being as just, flesh, body. Balance mind, body, spirit as this trinity, and then set the intention to go up an octave. Ask to connect with other aspects of yourself as other star beings. In divine service, I make these videos. In divine service, I put myself out there and my story out there in order to inspire other people to step into their truth, their power, their mission, their purpose. And I wouldn't have it any other way. We are all on this journey together. We are all learning and expanding as one big family, as one giant web, as one giant condor in the sky. I send you so much love and gratitude, and I reflect back to you that you have full permission to be the being, the graduated being, the multidimensional being that you came here to be.
The blissful land of Dharma Setra, the infinite abode of the soul. I'm from a galaxy far, far away, but I'm going home. Wish I could stay. See you later, Earth.